Oof, guys, Nikola stock is not looking good right now. It's currently about, 11:10 a.m., so the market's just opened up about an hour and a half ago, an hour 45 minutes ago, and we have Nikola stock down 18%, down about 35 cents. Now it's at $1.60, and you guys probably know this has been selling off all month. You guys can see here on the 20-day chart back on the 3rd of August, or maybe the 2nd. Either way, it was at $3.71, and now again, we're down 18% on the day, and the stock's at $1.60. We're pretty much right at the lows from a week ago, being $1.57. And now Nikola is down, let's see here, guys, about 60% just throughout the course of this month of August. Unbelievable. So we're going to break down the charts in this video, go over why the stock is falling today, because we did get some news, and we'll go over what I'm looking to do. Am I buying? Am I selling? Am I holding? All that good stuff. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. We're no joke, like 8 subscribers away from 30,000. We're probably going to hit that today. I appreciate you all for tuning in and for the support over the years, as always. And feel free to check out, the Patreon, all the free stocks down below for Moo. You might as well grab those. And with that being said, guys, cheers. Let's dive into it. So again, Nikola is down big time, almost 60% from the recent highs, and clearly now, guys, we have been reversing for a couple of weeks, right? To the downside, not to the upside, to the downside. We're under the moving averages. We have a death cross on the 1-hour chart, and on the 4-hour chart, you guys can see we have a head and shoulders on Nikola that's pretty much playing out, right? It's almost there, fully played out. We have the left shoulder right here, the head's right here, boom, you guys see that, and then we have the right shoulder right here, right? You guys see that as well. And now we're starting to get a death cross on the 4-hour chart, which is not a good sign for the bulls, because that means, and now we're at 157, 160, which was the low from a week ago. That means we could be getting ready for that next leg down, which clearly, it's down 18%. This could be the start of it, especially if we break under 160, right? That would be a spot where Nikola might be going down to $1.35, $1.25, $1.40. That's where it was. You guys can see if I zoom in a little bit right here, that's where it was throughout the end of June into the early days of July, mid-July. So let's see, guys, what it does. Again, as we do have this overarching head and shoulders right now, which it's hard not to see it, right? It's hard not to see it, and it's definitely playing out as of right now. So let's talk about why in the world is Nikola falling 35 cents, 18%. Usually, folks, this does not happen out of nowhere. So let me actually pull up the Chrome tab. Give me a second here, guys, and this is their investor relations page. Go check it out if you guys want to. Of course, you can do this with any publicly traded company out there. If you want to learn more about them, just type in that company followed by investor relations, and you'll see exactly what's going on. So funny enough, they didn't actually release a press release on their investor relations page for this particular piece of news that we got, but don't worry, because I do have a Market Watch article right here. Let's read what's going on very quickly, then we'll talk a little bit about why the stock is falling, which is pretty self-explanatory, especially if you understand kind of how stocks work, and especially these smaller companies that are in need of cash all the time, because they're not making much money on the top line, they're sure as heck not making anything on the bottom line, and they're burning through cash like a freaking furnace, guys. So Nikola slid 4% in the pre-market on Monday, which clearly it's gone way more down than that, after the truck maker announced plans to offer $325 million in senior convertible bonds, which we'll talk about here in a second. We'll talk more about what that actually is, in a registered direct offering, right? The company said in a regulatory filing that it expects to close an initial sale of $125 million in principal on Monday, and the company expects net cash proceeds from the initial closing of about $124.5 million. The stock has fallen 9% year to date, and again, it is down a lot more right now. So essentially, guys, they're diluting shareholders. They're getting more cash which is good. And what is a senior convertible bond, you may ask? Well, I have the answer to that question, guys. Let's break this down a little bit. A senior convertible note, let me actually make my face a little bit smaller. There we go, so we can focus on this right here. If this wants to zoom in, there we go, guys. So what is a convertible or a senior convertible note? Well, a senior convertible note is a debt security that contains an option in which the note will be converted into a predefined amount of the issuer's shares, right? In this case, stock, which in this case, Nikola stock, right? A senior convertible note has priority over all other debt securities issued by the same organization. So that's actually a perk there for that, right? And if we come down here a little bit more, guys, to the key takeaway section, which really gives you a nice rundown on what this is. And mind you, this is Investopedia.com. Everybody out there probably knows what that is. And no, this is not sponsored by Investopedia.com, but this is genuinely a resource out there for anybody that wants to learn more about finance, debt, investing, stocks, whatever it may be, right? Go look into it. I'm sure you guys have seen it, especially if you go on Google and type in, what is a stock? What is a bond? What is this? What is that? Investopedia usually pops up at the top, right? So again, a senior convertible note is a debt security that contains an option making the note convertible into a predefined amount of the issuer's shares, like I said a minute ago. And both startup companies and established companies may choose to issue senior convertible notes as a means to raise funds from investors. Again, as a means to raise funds from investors, because like I said a couple of minutes ago, companies like Nikola that are barely making anything top line, for sure nothing on the bottom line, they need cash and they're burning money like a furnace, right? It's insane. So they need money from investors, and investors of convertible notes, senior convertible notes that is, benefit from the option to convert their notes into shares of the issuing company and from a priority for recourse if the issuing company goes bankrupt, which in this case, Nikola very well could go bankrupt. You guys know that. And since senior convertible notes have more benefits than convertible notes, they also pay a lower interest rate, and some investors purchase senior convertible notes with the goal, you guys can see here, of reaping significant profits if the startup has a successful initial public offering or is acquired by another company, which who knows? I mean, will Nikola be acquired by another company? I have no idea. Time will tell. But at this point, guys, they're for sure struggling, and you can see a company is struggling just by their stock price, right? That is a very good way to see if a company is doing well or if a company is struggling in the short term. And granted, sometimes the market gets it wrong. Sometimes, a stock could be down a ton and it could be out of favor, and the market could be getting it wrong. I don't know if that's the case with Nikola. I'm not saying it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. We'll see in a couple of years. But at this point, the stock is down from $90 to what it is now, $1.50. And of course, there's been a lot that's happened with this company. They're trying to turn things around. They have new management, right? They're trying to get their engines going again, even though they don't use engines, guys. You know what I mean. They're trying to get their footing back. And will they? Time will tell. And full disclosure, I do not own Nikola right now. And I was considering maybe nibbling a little bit as kind of a risky, very risky trade on the speculative side of my portfolio. I was about to do it when it was consolidating at $2. And today, now that we're down 20%, it solidifies that I am not going to nibble Nikola right now. I'm actually going to wait and see if it comes down maybe more, maybe to $1, $1.20. That'd be a spot where maybe I'd buy like 1,000 shares or something like that, just to have fun with it and let it ride and see where it goes, kind of as a speculative shorter term bet. But yeah, Nikola, guys, that's the news. That's what's going on right now. And the stock is down now 41 cents, down 21%. We've officially taken out the lows now from last week, which last week we hit $1.57. Now we're at $1.54. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe and to follow me on Twitter, guys, at StockSurfFest. I'm getting way more active on there. Or just type in Stocks Talk Stocks. You'll find me on there. Make sure to follow me, guys. I appreciate the support as always. And if you guys want some free stocks and you want to help out the channel a little bit further, use that link down below for Moomoo. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, you get 5 stocks right off the bat. And fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And mind you, each of those could be valued up to $2,000. And listen to this, guys. Fund your account at least $5,000 for a limited time. I actually think there's 10 more days that you can do this. You can also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Expedia stock on top of those 15 stocks you already got. So check out all the details, link down below. I appreciate you guys as always. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you in the next one.